Miggity mic check 1 2 1 2. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Hawaii Comedy with James Money podcast. Late today, and I apologize. I wasn't going to podcast because my voice was a little weird. I don't know if you could hear it in the last episode with Jose. I was straining to talk, so it was a lot of shows that I performed in the past month of February. So, which is good because, want to be busy. So, throat was a little dry, a little weird, and straining to talk. Kind of changed up my style too, where I'm more yelling on stage, but it's kind of like just trying to drive, the stories or the jokes or the attitude with some passion, if you will. And just recently started doing that. So it's kind of something I guess I need to get used to. Back in the day, I used to do, I was a hype man for DJ Kool E. So when I was an intern on Jammin' 93.1. So when I would go to the clubs with Kool E, I was the guy on the microphone, Get your hands in the air and Cash Money, Millionaires, Cash Money Boys, and all that stuff going on. So it was a lot of yelling. You're the hype man. You got to get hype. You got to yell. So my voice, I haven't been doing that in a long time, so my voice isn't as strong as it used to be, so I need to get it back in shape. But yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in to the late start of tonight's episode. But all right, let's go to the Comedy Corner. Said, Sea Safari Muse. What's going on, James? What's going on, Sea Safari Muse? Yes, I am someone. Although my dad would say no. I technically am full-blooded Samoan, excuse me. But my dad said, you don't speak the language, you're not Samoan. So, and I'm sure a lot of Samoans agree with that. You don't speak the language, Because even when I went to visit American Samoa, where I'm from, I was born in American Samoa. And then I went to visit in the 5th grade, and my dad taught me the phrase, and my auntie taught me the phrase, Ele ma lama lama. Basically means I don't understand. So when anybody talks to me in Samoan, I would just reply, Ele ma lama lama. And the look of disappointment that I would get from people like, oh. And then they would turn around. I was just a kid, so, And they would turn away and talk to somebody else, and I would hear the word palangi. And I was like, they're calling me white. So, but yeah, I am Samoan. I do represent as much as I can until somebody, I understand, if you tell me to do something, I understand, but it's when you have like one of those fluent conversations, then I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't hear any bad words. I know that off the bat. I picked up on go take this to those people or something like that. Let's see. Safari Muse. I would have loved to sit in on one of your comedy shows. We are in California. I'm actually coming up to California in April. I don't know the name of the venue, but it's going to be in LA. April 20. My phone. I believe it's April 24th. It's a Sunday. I'm going to come up there to be part of a production. I don't know if I can say what it is, but it's not like Marvel or anything like that, or Disney or anything like that. But I'm going to be working with some friends on stuff, and they're flying me up to perform. So let's see, April 24th, I'll be opening for Neil Hamburger. Those of you that don't know who Neil Hamburger is, go ahead and Google search YouTube, search. Super funny guy. It's actually a character. What is Greg Turkington plays on stage. Sorry, I can feel my throat getting dry. Time for some noms. Island style candies. Noms. You can join the Nom Squad. Go to HawaiiCandyFactory.com or follow them on Instagram at Hawaii Candy Factory. Yeah, it's that's very un-Samoan of me to be working on a Sunday, right? So it's April 24th, Sunday. I forget the name of the venue, but when I find out, I'll post it. Follow me on Facebook at Comedian James Money, on Instagram at Comedian James Money. Go to my YouTube channel and follow me or subscribe at Comedian James Money, and hit that notification button so you know when I go on live again. All right. I think it's time to start the show. Hang on a second here. Boom. I'll get faster at this, I promise. Add to stream. Do it like that. Do this.
Live from the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it's Hawaii Comedy with your host, James Money.
Island days, clear blue waters, and mountain ranges, and dancing daughters. I can't get enough of these island days. Won't you take me back to Honolulu? Yeah, that surf is high and I am too. Sing songs all night long. I'm living these island days. Oh, they told me not to fall in love, but I just could not help myself. Oh, I missed my flight again. I was sleeping here with my new friend. Oh, yeah. Island days, clear blue water, and mountain ranges and beautiful daughters. Yeah, I can't get enough of these island days.
Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Hawaii Comedy with James Money podcast. That was Tavana. Thank you so much, Tavana. You guys can check out his music, who, by the way, is also Samoan. Tavana. Check out his music at Tavana808.com. Amazing multi-instrumentalist. Plays all kinds of electronic drum triggers. Plays the guitar, banjo, lap steel, ukulele, while singing soulful, island-inspired rock and blues. So check him out. That's Tavana at Tavana808.com. If you love this beautiful shirt that I'm wearing, this is a OahuGolfApparel.com shirt. Follow them on Instagram, by the way, Oahu Golf Apparel, and join Team Oga. I like that, Team Oga. Team OGA. Hashtag Team OGA. Oahu Golf Apparel makes hats, t-shirts, golf accessories, and are locally produced here in Honolulu, Hawaii. They're offering fun, stylish activewear on or off the golf course. Make Oahu Golf Apparel a part of your game. I love the shirt because they make it my size. This is 6 extra large. It's comfortable. It's light. It's flexible. You can be out in the sun and it's still nice and cool. Also has a collar, so it's like a dress shirt and beautiful design. So you can wear this when you go to nice places. So thank you, OahuGolfApparel.com, and follow them on Instagram, Oahu Golf Apparel. Thank you. All right, let's get back to the questions. For Comedy Crew in the Comedy Corner, hello, Gloria Pastor Tucker. Thank you for joining. I miss coming out and getting some of that barbecue, some of that delicious barbecue. Tyler actually comes down for spring break, so I don't know if, Book Kitchen's, still out there pushing out some delicious barbecue. We will come and find you. Here we go. See Safari with another question. I know you write a lot of ideas down. Yes, I do. Got tons of notebooks all over the place. If I was given a chance to create a comedy to film, what would it be based on? Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, a friend of mine, Graham Elwood, we are going to be filming some like a comedy series. Because it's funny, him and myself were totally opposites, but we're like really close friends. I'm raised in the Pacific Ocean, in Polynesia, in Paradise. He grew up in Chicago. He's a white guy. I'm a brown guy. He's a vegetarian. He likes hiking. He goes surfing. He goes on beach cleanup. I eat meat, salt, grease. I don't like to go anywhere. I like to stay right where I'm at. I don't like to move around too much. But if I was to write a comedy movie or film, anyways, so the show that me and Graham is gonna start doing is kind of like Odd Couple, but we're gonna do it. I guess like we're gonna create a YouTube channel for it, so you guys can, when we start filming, I think we start filming next week, and we start posting. I'll be talking about it on here as well, so you'll find out where you can go see it. I'll be posting it on my TikTok, on my Facebook. But okay, so if I was to do a film, I used to drive the city bus for like 17 years. So they say write what you know. I'll definitely. I was thinking like, I don't know if you've seen the movie DC Cab. So similar to that, or something to do with bus drivers, because we see a lot of crap, and I've actually gone over that idea of doing it, because I could see the scenes similar to like an Adam Sandler movie, where you have the storyline where, let's say, whether it's a Romeo and Juliet story, or the underdog story, but then funny scenes happen here and there, so like, because there's tons of city bus scenes that average person has not seen, where I've seen people peeing on the bus, pooping on the bus, throwing up on the bus, fighting on the bus, making out on the bus, a little too like, hey man, that's a bit obscene there. Had people call me out. So there's a lot of stories. So like, I always like the underdog story. I mean, that seems to be a lot of Adam Sandler's, and that's I guess since Happy Gilmore, always watched Adam Sandler film, and so you create what you know, and I would model after that. I wouldn't copy because I would have my own style, but so it could be like one of the drivers is getting going to get fired or is in trouble, and he has to, or maybe even like raise money for his kids' team or something. But then I think of the scenes that could possibly happen where, an old lady comes on, and which is actually happened. I'm 6'7", I was 450 pounds, 6'7", 450 pounds, and a little tiny Japanese lady was telling me to shut my mouth and drive the bus. And she was like maybe 4 feet tall and like 70 pounds. And like, I guess with comedy, then you start to exaggerate. So I can actually make it where she's like kicking my ass or something. As I'm driving, she's like punching me. I'm trying not to swerve or whatever. Or maybe I'm the kind of person that wants to stick to the schedule. So I'm not even trying to stop because my schedule is important. So I keep going. It's like, no, I'm not stopping. I'm not, and she's, hitting me and, punching me. And I'm just like, no, I got to stay on schedule. I can't fall behind schedule or and stuff like that. I've had crackheads call me out. I've had a homeless dude, actually, I don't know if he's homeless. This old dude who hangs outside of a liquor store, and just happens that's one of the bus stops where we switch drivers. So for the next 3 months of the quarter that I signed up for this run, where I meet the bus there and then I get on and I take off with the bus, and that driver, goes back, he's done with work. And I would always see the same guys drinking, and they're drinking in the sun. So like, these are like dudes, and they're like one of us is this old Hawaiian guy and an old Japanese guy, but they're just like dark because they're in the sun, sitting down on the cement and just drinking. They beg for coins and dollars, and then next thing you know, they're sitting there drinking. So one of them, the Japanese dude, he was like, "Whoa!" Like he's gesturing, "Whoa, you big, huh? You big!" Like basically calling me fat. I'm like, all right, ha ha ha. Take it easy. But like I would see him every day doing the same thing over and over, and I'm like, man. So one day I just had enough, and I couldn't like, I'm not gonna beat up somebody in that situation. But then I remember making trouble to him. We became kind of friends, like, and I would talk trash, and I was like, he was saying, "Oh, big guy," and I'm like, "Bruh," I was very heavy with the pigeon back then. I was like, "Oh, bruh, you guys been drinking here how long? You guys never die yet?" I was like, yeah, it can get dark. So I was like, when you gonna die? You guys all you guys do is just drink and drink. And then they started laughing. Now it's like when I see them, then we're like friends almost. Like, I mean, I wouldn't give them money. I won't go that far, but yeah. So seeing those dudes. Comedy Corner, Kevin Chang, what's up? DC Cab, have not heard that title in a long time. Yeah, that's back in our days, man. That's what, the 80s? So Mr. T was making movies. Which I thought was a good movie. I enjoyed it. So if I was to do a film, it would be similar to that. So if you guys haven't seen DC Cab, check it out. It was a funny movie. It was that was an underdog movie too, where they had to raise money to save the company, right? And there was all like another company that was their cab business was more put together. They were more professional, got more accounts, got more business. And DC Cab was getting threatened to close down. Yeah, all right. So it's been an awesome February. Started with me headlining February 2nd at Blue Note. And a lot of people came out, and appreciate Kevin. You're one of them that came out. Appreciate you guys coming out and supporting my career, as well as the comedy scene here in Hawaii. From then, shoot, my calendar filled up really good in February, where with not just the podcast, but also performing. So like after I did that February 2nd show, it was kind of like, all right, it's time to start on the new material. Like I didn't throw away the other material, because it's when you put it on a special, that's when then you gotta get rid of that. You can't do those anymore because people have already seen it on on the special. So I was like thinking about that, but I was like, I gotta move on to new material for the next time I headline. And then if I get the same people that come out, they're gonna see polished material. So thanks to Comedy U Hawaii, and Patrick Terrell, Pepper Lamb, that put me in a lot of their shows, and I was able to work on new material. That is it. 1, 2, 3. So 3 weeks I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 performances. So like in New York, in LA, and in the big cities, you can do that in like a week or two. Here in Hawaii, it's rare because there's not that many shows going on. But luckily, because of the Aloha Comedy Festival, I was able to add on 3 performances. But with these promoters that helped me out, let me jump in on their shows, I was able to take some material and even work on my style, my delivery. That this past weekend, 26th Saturday, I opened for Tumua Tuine. It started with the Hawaii Theater, actually Friday, part of the festival, the Aloha Comedy Festival. I opened for Paul Ogata. And it's just the energy I brought was different from the February 2nd performance. And the reaction I got from people were like, wow, what was that? That was really good. And, it felt really good to see that response, because I knew I could write funny things and say things funny, but then to actually deliver it with passion, that was, I think, something I was lacking. And when I watched, when I opened for Ronnie Chang at Hawaii Theater around Thanksgiving, and seeing his passion, like when he says he hates something, it really looks like he hates that thing. It really looks like he's frustrated by that thing, just by his actions, not just the words that he's saying. And I was watching that, I was like, that's interesting. And I talked about it in the previous episode with Jose, where I was like, I started watching like JB Smoove. Those of you that don't know who that is, he's on Curb Your Enthusiasm. He plays Leon. But his energy that he brings and passion that he brings, and he could talk about one joke for 10 or 20 minutes. But because of the way he delivers it, it's extra, but it really drives the story home. Like it's heavier. Kevin, who was at both February 2nd and at Hawaii Theater, thanks. Yeah, bro, you were in a deeper zone, could see it and feel it. So let's see, in the comedy corner, Snoop. What's up, Snoop? Hey, thanks for he's in the Twitch. Let's see here. Yes, Jose is doing gigs at Taqueria tonight. After this, I'm actually going to head over there. This one is in Kapolei. What's that called? Kamakana Ali'i. So it starts at 9. So after this, I'm going to head down and do work on some more material. I believe. Shoot, maybe I should look that up and give you guys a. I know it starts at 9. Let's see. So what you can do is go to comedyuhi.com and scroll down to their events, which is actually, right at the beginning. Let's see here. March. Let's see. Yep. So they have Lance Liverman's going to be there. John C. Nico Nakiel. I wasn't scheduled to perform, but I'm one of those dudes that, hey, got some room for me? So I will be performing there later on tonight, trying some new material. Now, the reason I'm telling you guys this about the new material thing is, so when you do your set that you've been working on for months, and then you scrap that and you start new material. So like, I felt like I killed it at Blue Note February 2nd. And then after that, everything was, brand new. So I need to find punchlines. I have funny ideas, funny thoughts. But for stage performance, and this is where a lot of new comics struggle. So like they think of a premise, they do a setup, they do a punch, and then they're done with that joke. And like that joke is over. It's like, no, there's more to that. For example, this thing I'm working on, which I don't mind saying it here because it'll probably change in the next few weeks. But basically, like coronavirus, the way I made it sound, like, because honestly, when coronavirus came out in 2020, scared the shit out of me. Like, I had conversations with my two best friends, Russell Kealoha and Chad Wago. Like, the first studies came out was that obese people are susceptible. We're high risk. And then months later, here in Hawaii, it started to come out that Pacific Islanders are at high risk. And, sad. I lost friends that didn't want to get vaccinated, that didn't want to wear masks. They got sick, their families, sad. But so for me personally, it was scary. I was like, oh, man. And then to turn that into a joke was basically when coronavirus first came out, and studies came out saying that it was coming for obese people. And I was like, oh, snap, I'm obese. And then, months later, more studies came out that Pacific Islanders are high risk. I was like, oh, snap. That's 2 for me, 2 strikes. And then the punch was like, they did more studies and they found out that coronavirus is coming to kill fat Samoans named James. And I was like, oh, man, that's me. And then, then that gets the laugh. And then in Maui, when I opened for Tumua, I added a tag from it, which I didn't do at Hawaii Theater, because the more you do a joke, the more you can add to it later on. So it was, oh, man, they're coming to kill fat Samoans named James. I was like, that's me. I actually know that there's only 3 Samoans named James, so we're all in trouble. And it kind of added to that story. So it's oh, thanks, Jose. Says the way he told it, it was funny. Sweet, see you there. See you at Taqueria. Starts 9 o'clock tonight. So if you guys, anybody listening or watching, and you're in the Kapolei area or the west side, come down Kamakana Ali'i, Taqueria, and come watch comedians get up and do jokes. I think last week, Island Magic Mike did its first stand-up comedy set. So that's cool. All right, Sea Safari Muse has typed a paragraph. I'm gonna put it on screen. Let's see what it says because it's a lot. I'm not usually I proofread it, but if I proofread it, it's gonna be silent for like about 2 minutes. Okay, here we go. Boom. MCU Multiverse has created endless possibility for storyline in films. What if the old film noir... Oh, see Safari is an educated person here. Using words that I'm like, oh, I just learned like 2 weeks ago. Just kidding. What if the old film noir style somehow found a portal to walk through to present day during a zombie apocalypse in the midst of all kinds of political crisis ranging from identity, sexuality, etc. in such well-diverse state like Hawaii? It doesn't have to be expensive. All can be done in one big building as they trap themselves purposely from zombies. Oh, I see what you're doing. It could be a whole thing where, like myself and, well, look at me, I'm putting myself in this film right off the bat. Or we're like trapped and we're like, oh yeah, we need to find a way to get out of here. But the zombies, what movie? Was that Land of the Living Dead, I think? There was one in the mall, right? Or Dawn of the Dead? Yeah. See, zombie apocalypse movies scare me, man. Because, like, the way I feel like it could actually happen. Like, but then it brings up a lot of questions, like zombies. Who was I talking to? I think it was another comedian. And she had brought it up, like, do zombies, like kid zombies, do they age? Like, if they're out there for like 20 years, are they like, let's say they started zombie at 4, and then they end up, in 20 years, a 24-year-old zombie? Which my argument was no, because they're dead. So they don't age as in a child growing into an adult. They will be that 4-year-old size zombie, but a 20-year-old zombie, as in that zombie's been zombieing for 20 years. I mean, that makes sense, right? But that would be funny too. Imagine zombie family. Here's another series right there. He's like, yeah, him and his zombie parents, and then he gets to that rebellious age, it was like 13 or something. He's like, no, I'm not eating brains anymore. Like, oh, eat brains. You must eat brains. No, that's what it is with you guys. Always pushing us to eat brains. What if I don't want to eat brains? I don't want to be. And then the dad's like, look at Billy Zombie making his family proud. He ate 3 brains yesterday. How many brains have you eaten, son? I'm tired of eating brains. I hate you. I hate this. This is crazy. That's so stupid, but Kevin says zombie diet diversification. Yeah. Said, wish I wasn't so domesticated, able to stay up late and weren't on the other side of the island. You might check it out. But, Oh, there's a stuck in the Kodak building with crackheads. As in the crackheads are outside, or the crackheads, trying to get in? Man, I don't think you can. Like, oh, that's a good question too. If you were in a building and you, what do you call that when you barricade yourself in a building, right? And then there's zombies outside. You can make it so that zombies can't get in. Like if you make them think that there's nobody in here. But crackheads, there is no hiding from crackheads. crackheads will get in. Crackheads. So I guess on the food chain. So like if there's like regular humans, and then there's zombies trying to get the humans, those zombies better watch out for those crackheads, because those crackheads are, holy. First of all, the crackheads don't sleep either. See, the crackheads don't sleep. And if when you died as a human, you died and became a zombie, and if you had jewelry with you, oh, that crackhead is getting that jewelry. You're like, oh, look at that, that zombie with the gold tooth. I'm getting that. And then when you try to check, you ain't catch, like Craig said on Friday, you ain't catching no crackhead. Ezel will be out. Oh, but so it's kind of like Jankenpo or what is it? Scissors, paper, stone. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, backwards. Rock, paper, scissors. So zombie attacks human. Human fools crackhead. Crackhead can destroy zombies. We gotta come up. So zombie or zombie? We gotta come up with the hand signals. So what would human be? Human, zombie, crackhead. Human, zombie, crackhead. So that's because we would outsmart the crackhead. The crackhead would outwork the zombie. The zombie will, they will walk through walls to come and kill humans. We got something going here at Sea Safari Muse. I'm telling you. We got to get together and make this movie. Now, I wonder if, okay, so this is where the comedian comes in, right? Sorry. So this is a messed up thing, all right? There's messed up situations like the war. I'm always going to be a comedian, but there is a filter. I won't say something insensitive around people who are affected by this thing. But doesn't stop my brain from, that hamster starts running in a circle on the wheel. But so in Ukraine, prayers go out to those people, hopefully this thing can be resolved without any more craziness and death and whatnot. That being said, it's messed up that the people, I guess, trying to get across the border or trying to get on these trains to get to the border or whatever, travel to get to the border, like they're not allowing the African people in Ukraine to get on these vehicles to go across, and it's messed up. Like, so zombies, like, do they have like a, so they're, I guess, animal state? Do they like I only eat a certain type of brain, like, I'm not going to eat, like, for them, I guess the darker the berry, sweeter the juice. I mean, does that, like, they're like, I want to get this, or like, is Polynesians, like, is it too salty? Here goes all the ocean water, all the corned beef, but that's an old joke too. It's like, is the eating a Latino, is it spicy? And Polynesians in Ukraine, wow. Polynesians in Ukraine, that's crazy. Johnny Sparkles in the comedy corner. Once you eat black zombie, you never go back zombie. Yeah. You want some prima donna zombies. Oh, what if the zombie, this is becoming the zombie episode. What if the zombie, let's say so Kim Kardashian dies. Of course, it would be a holiday. Oh, it's like, just kidding. All right, sorry, my bad. But she dies, and she's, accustomed to a certain type of living. So when she comes back as a zombie, does she only eat a certain type of brain? Like, she's like, no, this, I would like some kind of classy, like it has to be served a certain way. It's like, oh, how long has that brain been sitting there? Oh, zombies that only eat ass. Oh, because some people do say that's where their brains are. You're sitting on your brains. So, like, the stupid zombies are like, really? Is that where the brain is at? It starts eating. It's like, where's the brain? Been eating his ass for a while. There's no brain. Ah, nice Chianti. Yeah. Zombies on the brain. Man, we should just make this into a workshop where we make crazy movies. Zombie on the brain. So it's like, what? I guess it's just animal instinct, right? I mean, it's not, does the personality? Like, if I come back as a zombie, like I die, I come back as a zombie, other Samoan zombies can be like, oh, he doesn't speak the language. Don't hang out with him. Don't let him eat with us. That zombie is palangi. He don't belong eating with us. I think we've beaten this thing to zombie death. And there's another point. But yeah, we should make up that game. Zombie human crackhead. It's funny because Big Bang Theory had one. Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. And me and my daughter would play that. We used to play rock, paper, scissors, lizard, and then Spock. So Spock vaporizes lizard. No, wait. So Spock would use the scissors. So Spock would beat scissors. Paper disproves Spock. Spock vaporizes rock. Lizard poisons Spock. So lizard, rock destroys lizard. Scissors cuts off lizards, kills lizard. Lizard eats paper, and lizard poisons Spock. So it's a game like when me and my daughter would Junk and Poe, we would do that, and that was episode we saw with Sheldon was like rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock, which is pretty cool because it adds more variety to your game. So it's like it's not just the three to choose from. I always argued that there should be Jesus, and Jesus defeats all. My calendar. So another thing, if you guys have questions, go ahead and chime in. I'll answer whatever questions you have. But did want to say thank you to the promoters that put on all these shows. I want to give a shout out to Pepper, the misunderstood evil genius, who became a father again. He has his son. He has a son. I know he calls him Zoe. I don't know what the full name is, but just got a baby boy. And it's funny because February 2nd, he got married and then came to my show at Blue Note. So it was their honeymoon, was my show. and then now they have baby yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, either yesterday or the day before. But yeah. Okay. Thanks, Sparkles. Shinzo is the baby's name. So welcome to the world, Shinzo. I believe he's already going to have an Instagram account, and he's going to, maybe in like a month, the kid's going to be a month old and have more followers than his dad. So let's see. Thank you to Patrick Tyrell for the Aloha Comedy Festival. Performed in 3 shows in 2 nights. It was pretty cool too, because I got to see, you get that camaraderie with all the other comedians. I got to see the Neighbor Island comedians. Got to see the Maui kids, Chino LaForge, Ted, Callahan. Got to meet Hobbs, and funny and unique people. And the funny thing is, like, if there was ever, and I say if we ever did an island or statewide roast, I always, said that Maui would win. And the reason is Maui's comedy scene, they're very supportive of each other. But they also don't have any boundaries. It's like, like nobody's like making judgment calls or making comments like, "Oh, that's cringy" or whatever's. So they just, and the cool thing about that as a comedian is that you can discover, by doing really edgy comedy, and you see how far you can go. And then of course, if you're going to get paid for a gig, you kind of, bring it back to whatever boundary it's set for that. But that's the cool thing with Maui. So thank you, Patrick Terrell. Thank you to Jose Dynamite for working hard with Comedy U, and having a lot of shows. I always love Slack Key. So I'm actually going to be hosting Slack Key after spring break. So that's Tuesdays in Hawaiian Brian's, Slack Key. Love that venue. Kind of want to build it up, and that's where when I was dabbling in promotions, it was the studio at Hawaiian Brian's. Now it's called Slack Key, and it's a lot bigger. It's a lot nicer. It's a beautiful room to do stand-up comedy. I'm gonna, do my best to try to pick that room up and make it to, like, that's the quality spot. That's where you should go to watch stand-up comedy. You see, like, every showcase there is going to be quality. Like, I want to make it the hot night of the week for comedy. So also did some workshops, which is cool with Jose Dynamite and Comedy U. Me and Tumua actually went to, Jose calls it 2-minute drills, where it's kind of like improv. So that you have a bit, you go up, you see if you can do it shorter. Your partner tries to do your same bit, but tries to do it shorter, till you come down to like a really short joke, but you cut out all the useless, words, and you just have the funny. So it's just that funny right there. Then also there was another workshop for MCs or hosts for comedy shows specifically. And there was a lot of people there. So it's cool, and because I got to meet some of the new comics. Zach Mama, Charlie, Martha, shucks, I forgot the other guy's name. I only met him once. I haven't seen him since. I think I bumped into him once, but so it's funny because I call them kids, but because they're new to our scene, but they're gonna be funny. They're like, just seeing where they're at now and knowing that in a couple of years they're gonna be really funny. So it's exciting. So that seeing now is like, what? I feel at a comedy show the host is very important, and I wouldn't mind being that guy that introduces to people these new comics, kind of like how Rodney Dangerfield did, and what's his name? Martin Lawrence did, with Def Jam. So be on the lookout. Michael C. Hall. I love that. Thank you. Ooh, Fire Heart Fire. That is an interesting use of emojis, Michael C. Hall. So may your love burn. Oh, heartburn. I get it. So he loves heartburn. It's like, oh yes, that's how you know the tacos hit good, when you get that heartburn. Yeah. I mean, the spicy was perfect. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Going to be hosting at Slack Key. I recommend. There will be an open mic after. I won't be hosting the open mic. What do you call? Anna O'Brien's is going to be going on full swing. So try to work on your material there. Try to get to, your goal should be, as a new comic or new to the scene, trying to get from Anna O'Brien's to Slack Key, and then trying to get from Slack Key to Blue Note. And, eventually work on getting your headlining gig. So right now, work on your 5 minutes, get the tightest 5 minutes, and then work on your, you get tight 5 minutes, you add another 5 minutes, work on that. Then you get tight 10 minutes. Don't try to jump the line and be like, oh, I should be headlining. It's like, all right, you try to hold the crowd's attention for an hour and see what happens when you don't get that. It's and then all of a sudden you're struggling. So yeah, so Slack Key. Want to say thank you to Maui. Performed there this past Saturday with Tumua, open for Tumua. DJ Hoppa Boy, man, I love you, Oahu. You're my home. But Maui, holy cow, Maui was awesome. Those people were amazing. They filled the house. And it's like, I guess, so I really went all in with my performance. And I think that's why my voice is straining, because I was doing a lot of yelling. Of course, I had to do clean, but they really got all the bits and the jokes, and they loved the comedy show. And, oh, man. The only thing is that, I guess it's pandemic, so a lot of places closed early. I was like, man, I'm hungry. I was like, and they got Zippies now, so that's cool. They got we got to get Krispy Kreme donuts the next day before we came home, so that was cool. But yeah, really want to say thank you to Maui, the staff at the Maui Arts Center. Maui Arts Cultural Center. The staff there, first class, man. They're so good. Myself, Hoppa Boy, Tumua had a great time, and had a good flight on Hawaiian Air, surprisingly. Usually I don't have good experiences on planes, so that time I did. All right. So thank you to also my guests that I've had on the podcast. Started for this past month. Johnny Sparkles, Ryan Stout, the Guys with Issues, Patrick Tyrell, Michael C. Hall, Paulo Gata, Reese K. Paul, Brandy Morgan, Gianmarco Sarezzi, Jose Dynamite. I'm going to be doing more. I'm going to have guests next week. I wanted to take this episode and answer any questions you guys had, kind of wrap things up for the month of February. But we're going to have comedians Ahmed, Joe Kopp, Johnny Rocks Hollywood, just to name a few. So it's going to be an exciting March. I'm going to be performing tonight at Taqueria. Next week, I haven't, let's see. Definitely going to be, this Saturday and Sunday, we're going to Kauai to perform. So if you guys are in Kauai, I'm coming down with Tumua. Tumua's headlining, opening at the Waimea Theater. We're doing 3 shows, 2 on Saturday, one on Sunday. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to hopefully, bless the people of Kauai with some laughter. I don't know. Never done comedy on Kauai. I've done comedy Maui, Big Island. I've DJ'd on Lanai. Never done comedy on Kauai, so kind of interested. That first show is going to be a feeling out period. Like, is this too edgy or is this all right? Is this, but maybe when we get there early, we can talk to the locals and see. Definitely, because at Tumua, it's all clean comedy. So I might just do material that I've done before and see how they react. And then maybe the second show Saturday, go all out. Of course, still, again, not swearing. But, yep, so that's this Saturday and Sunday. We are coming for you, Kauai. It's going to be good things. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to get ready. I'll put some deodorant on. Head out to Kapolei and check out the people in Taqueria. Thank you guys for your questions. Keep this episode nice and tight. And we will be live next week. Next week, Monday. We're going to do early because Ahmed is in the mainland. So I will be live on Monday twice. So Ahmed will be at noon. And Joe Kopp will be 7 p.m. Monday. So I'll be live Monday twice. Hey, there she is. Hello, Tyler. So, thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. Saying good luck. So, going to be doing some things. Maybe I should invite Tyler. Should I invite you, Tyler? A little chat for a little bit, catch up at what you've been doing, or are you busy still? Which is okay. I mean, you're a college student. You're supposed to be busy. Doing them grades. Make sure the school is good. So I guess I'm going to be on for a little while more. This is a good time for me to mention Noms Island Style Candies. Join the squad, Hawaii Candy Factory. All right. So follow them at Hawaii Candy Factory on Instagram. All right. Cool. Hey, real quick though, those of you still on, I know we're in stressful times. A lot of crazy things going on with the pandemic, with the war, financially, whatever issues you guys have. If you're going through some rough times, you need somebody to talk to. Hey, hit me up. I'm always game. We can chat. Sometimes you want to get something off your, get some weight off your shoulders. Let me help you carry. Except physically. I'm going to do that. But if you guys are thinking about hurting yourself because of all this stress, please don't. All right. Go to the, give our friends a call at the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. Maybe they can help you out or they can point you in the right direction. Sometimes we just, we make a decision as we're, in an emotional, state and it's not the right decision. So we just need somebody to talk to, Those of you that are, happy with your life and you see somebody struggling, go say hello, or sometimes just say hello to people. Sometimes that's just enough. Somebody might be thinking about hurting himself and then you say hello. And then, it changes their mind. You say, oh, okay, I'm not going to do that today. Be kind. Be a friend. You never know. You might need a friend in the future. All right, let's see what this kid wants to send an invite. Pause for the cause. Oh, so here's some pretty good news. All this time was telling people I'm 450 pounds. The last time I weighed myself It was in August of 2021. I was 450 pounds before football season. So I've always went and said, I'm 450 pounds. I started training with Darren Kawazoe. It's not a common name, so apologize, Darren. I just murdered your name. Darren Kawazoe. And you can search for him on Instagram. He trains people who are coming back from injuries. He trains people who, whether you're elderly or a model or a comedian or even Miss Universe. So I started training with him, and oh my goodness, my legs are struggling today. He had me doing some stabilizing stuff. So a lot of, it's pretty cool because he's watching the way I walk, and he watches my posture, and then he breaks down, oh, this is, if you had problems with this part of your lower back or this problem. I was like, yeah. I can tell because the way as I'm walking, like my toes pointing, left foot's pointing out, I'm stomping on my right side, and I was like, wow. So he had me do some exercises, and this was yesterday morning, and today was a rough day for me because, and it's the good pain, the pain that get gained, because like, it's funny because it started coming in phases, and because I haven't worked out in years, it surprised me. So I was like, why does my knee hurt? Why does my knee hurt? And then it's tired because of the squatting he had me doing. And it was like no weights. It was just me and my fat ass. So I was like, oh, snap. And then I was like, why is my ankles hurting? And I remember that he had me do some balancing stuff. And I was like, man, it's like it's attacking me slowly. And then this afternoon, my inner thighs started hurting. And I was like, oh my goodness. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. I was like, what's going to be sore tomorrow? So if you guys are looking for a personal trainer, go search. I should look up his Instagram so I can give you his @ really awesome guy. Let me excuse it. But I found him by searching his name, which is Darren Kawazoe. Darren is Darin. Okay, so it's @ HIRO 1_D as in David. So that's Hero 1D. So yeah, he can get you trained, get you back in shape. So I was telling him I'm 450 pounds. I didn't weigh myself since August. Weighed myself today. I am not 450 pounds. I was like, what? I am 415 pounds. So is that 35 pounds less? So this was I weighed myself before football season. I don't do running. I don't do anything, but I go out and help the kids, train, coach, but I'm out in the sun walking and whatnot. And I lost 35 pounds from our football season. And, of course, I'm not eating like I used to anymore. But still, I was like, man, I dropped 35 pounds. And it was funny because when he asked me yesterday, I was like, I don't know. I could drop like 25 pounds, like real easy. So now I got to go tell him, yeah, I dropped that weight already. So I guess from 415, the goal would be to get to 395. Man, I was like, man, like people would say, oh, you look like you lost weight. And I would never, I'm like, yeah, whatever. You're just saying nice things. I don't believe you. Get out of my face. But now I'm like, I guess I have. What next? Drop some more weight. Oh man, be playing basketball again. Got to build up the muscles though, so I can start getting on the court. because all these kids and their different style of basketball. Everybody's shooting 3-pointers. Nobody's posting up inside. So I got to learn how to shoot 3-pointers so I can keep up with the kids. All right. Tyler, where you at? I mean, if you're going to take forever, I'm just going to shut down. She said to wait for her. You're taking a long time, kid. I have to edit that in post. Let's see here. So, yeah, looking to book. If anybody's listening in the mainland, looking to book clubs in the States. Definitely going to start building up, what they say, heat, I guess, like followers. So if you guys haven't already, please follow me on Instagram, TikTok, my Facebook fan page. Also subscribe on YouTube because, I'm trying to build up that following so that we can take this podcast to the next level. So we can do big things. Oh, what's happening to this kid?
Hi.
Hey.
I figured it out.
Oh, you had a hard time trying to get on?
Yeah, because I downloaded Firefox so I could do this. But then...
Don't eat while you're doing this.
I was trying to...
Oh, I was going to say, only I eat on this show, man. Nerds. I'm eating nerds with gummy and lihimui.
Because I was trying to get on and then it wouldn't let me because the Firefox was only letting me sign into my school email account for some reason. So I figured out I just need to close out Firefox.
I use Chrome.
I would, but I
Chrome.
don't have. I just don't.
Don't have what?
I just haven't downloaded it, and I already had Firefox, so I just, you know what I mean?
Chrome is a lot better because you can download things and not have to. Like Firefox has a lot of these rules and stuff. Chrome is like, brah, going, don't worry, going, download them. So how's school?
It's good. It's going.
So in your podcast, you got to talk, man. You can't just be like,
I don't know
Good.
what to talk about.
talk about school. Obviously, I opened up the door
Oh.
for you.
Did I tell you that my history teacher basically made me teach the class about the overthrow of Hawaii?
The what?
The
Overthrow of Hawaii?
Yeah.
Speak.
And
Talk
So-
through.
I'm
Talk through the screen.
And then, because it was funny because Quincy was telling me that in her class, because Quincy has the same teacher, and she was looking for me in Quincy's class because we're learning the same things.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually she came to my class and she was like, I know the Hawaii person's in here somewhere. And I was like, oh yeah, that's me. And she was like, I found you. And I had to tell them about it and stuff. And then
So, hey, project
sorry,
through.
I told
Project
them
across the room.
I
I'm not scolding you. You want to be podcasting, so you got to project. You like when you go to like a play, and those people like, let me in. Like because they don't have a microphone. That's how you got to talk. You have to push it through. My microphone's good. Yours isn't. Yours is in your ear.
there's only so much I can do, Dad.
No, it's your voice. You got to push your voice through.
I know, but I don't really have a voice because we just came from the basketball game.
See, now I hear you. Now that you're mad, see, I knew it. Once I got you mad, now you're like, now that I don't have a voice, see? Talk with that bitchy attitude, just like that. So make sure you say hi to Grandma. She's watching.
Hi, Mama. Auntie sent me a picture. But
So what did you talk about in this? I want to know. I know Kevin would like to know because Kevin is very pro Hawaiiana.
it was kind of hard because I told her, I was like, I don't know a lot about it. Like, I know, like, she showed a picture of Iolani Palace, and I told her
And what did
how,
you say?
like,
What did you say? What did you say? You saw that? You was like, oh, that's where the governor lives.
no. I was just telling them about, like, how, like, that's still a place back home, and
That's still a place back home.
no, because they thought, like, it got, like, destroyed and stuff.
They thought it was destroyed.
Yeah, they thought, like, they were like, oh, isn't that, like, where the queen was, like, held captive? And then they're like, they mustn't, like, there's no way that that's still standing. And I was like, no, yeah, it's still there.
He's like,
And
yeah, and then
people,
people park there and they just pay with 25 cents so they
yeah,
can
and
park there now.
I was like, people go there, like, and like, there's tours and stuff, and like, you can actually go inside and like visit it and stuff. And she thought it was like really cool, but I honestly couldn't tell her like a lot about like actual history that happened. And she was like, oh, that's fine. And like,
So,
because I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, this, and I don't know what I'm talking about, because then it would have been worse.
you could have made it up. They wouldn't have known.
I
You're
told
like,
my
oh,
teacher, I told my teacher the other day, I was like, oh yeah, to get from one side of the island to the other side, you actually have to ride a dolphin. And he believed me. It was so funny. He was like, how do you ride a dolphin? I was like, you know, like
what
they go
class
down,
is
they come
this?
back up for air. The class that I told the teacher about the dolphin,
Yes.
or
Yes.
it was my what is it called? My clinical class for athletic training. Because that's the teacher
Okay.
that
So
was asking about moving to
you
Hawaii.
about
That's why I was telling him
you
about
about
it.
to get an F then in that
No, no,
class.
no, no, no. I told him I was joking after, but he was like, "Oh wow." She actually
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah, it was actually kind
Here's
of
what.
nice listening
So
to her talk
just
about
so
that.
you know, and it's not like I don't know a lot either, but like I don't know like oh this is such and such, like the Kauai Ha'o Church across opposite corner, that's made out of coral reef, but the Iolani Palace is the only castle in United States
Mm,
because the colonies, the mainland, they didn't make a castle because there was no monarchy.
yeah,
So it is the only in United States.
it was kind of weird though, like having to like speak about back home a little bit, because
Mm.
I'm 18 in a class of like 30-year-olds.
Oh, that's right, because you go to community college.
Yeah, so like I didn't know that these people were 30-year-olds though. I was, because we were just talking one day, and then one of them goes, yeah, like, oh, when I go to the bars and stuff. And then another one was talking about, um, another one was like, oh yeah, my 4 kids. I was like, 4 kids? I was like, what?
I had quadtuplets. Is that what it is? Quadtuplets?
I think so. Quadruple.
Don't
It's not
guess.
quadruplets.
Quadruplets. There, you're right. Quadruplets. That sounds right. Quadruplets.
I'm pretty sure it's
Triplets.
quadruplet.
Quadruplets. Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Quadruplets.
So, yeah. And then quintuplets.
Mhm.
And then, all right, that's enough. And then too many. Well, then you get the octomom. Yep, Kevin said quadruplets.
Awesome.
Yeah. So cool that you get to talk about home. When I was at University of Buffalo, I lied to my coach and almost got a day off because I told him, "Oh, King Kamehameha Day is a holiday in Hawaii, so I'm not allowed to practice." And he was like, "Oh, really? Oh, okay." And I was like, "No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding." But he was like, "No, seriously. If it is, then I don't want to offend any cultural.
Yeah.
So, oh no, thank you, coach. So almost, but I like practice. So I guess you should look up wipe up Purdy. So wipe up Purdy. Eventually, so after we get off, go Google wipe up Purdy and then see what that's about. What you call? So earlier, before you got on, we were talking about. So like, you remember how we played we did the Big Bang Theory rock paper scissors.
Lizard Spock.
Yes. See, so you guys heard it earlier. Now you guys believe me. Yeah. So it was who wins, Lizard or Spock?
Lizard, because Lizard poisoned Spock.
Yeah. And then who wins, Spock or Paper?
Paper, because Paper disproves Spock.
Yeah. So when we were talking earlier about zombies, right? We got into the whole thing with zombies, and then Kevin brought up crackheads, and I was like, oh, there's one right there. So zombies eat human brains. Humans can trick crackheads doing things, but crackheads can outwork zombies. Because if you was a zombie that had like a gold tooth, that crackhead's getting that tooth.
That's true.
See? So we were discussing this whole thing like...
It's Tyrone.
Tyrone Biggums.
That's who we're talking about.
So see, there you go. So if Tyrone Biggums showed up, actually,
how would you
SNL,
do that in rock paper? Like, what is zombie?
So I was saying, man, fold your arms.
Man.
Zombie.
Crackhead.
Oh, I was thinking crackhead. But yeah, I think I like this better. I'm going to tell you something, Joe Rogan, you might not know about me. I smoke rocks. So there we go. We have discovered it. It's come full circle. So it's Tyrone Biggums. But SNL, when Dave Chappelle hosted SNL, he did Walking Dead scene, and he had Tyrone Biggums in it.
Oh, that's cool.
You don't remember it?
No, I don't.
Well, you can YouTube it after.
I'll look it up after.
Yeah, they hit Tyrone Biggums and he was still alive. He survived. I'm gonna tell you something you might not know about me.
That man survives anything.
Because crackheads, man. Crackheads, they never die. They're like roaches. They just go on. As long as they're smoking that rock, they live forever. Until they die. But yeah. We still have to figure out how to surprise Mama.
Dad.
Yeah, I know.
She's watching.
I know. She doesn't get
Surprise her when
know.
I come home in the summer.
Yeah. So today we watched 5 or 6 of your volleyball games on YouTube.
I heard it when you sent me the videos of Tassie. I heard it in the background.
Snapchats?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was just... Usually she naps, but she did not nap. She was like, woo, Tyler! Woo, go, Tyler! Just so, like, into it. Just so happy. She was like, oh, I can't wait. Oh, so anyways, me and Graham met up. We're gonna do that series that I was talking about. We're gonna start writing. We're gonna start filming, and we're making so it's me and Graham. I was talking about earlier. So it's like Odd Couple, but we will have other people in it. So it's kind of like how Seinfeld had Soup Nazi. Seinfeld had other characters in the universe. So like we started thinking of other people that we could add into the universe. So it was like, I was thinking of Dorothy, Auntie Dorothy. I was like, like that is like I'm George Costanza-ish by nature. You know how me, I don't want to do that, man. Forget that. No,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. That's crazy. Why you do it like that? It shouldn't be done like that. So like the one person I'm afraid of is Auntie Dorothy. So she can be her whole tit of self and just be all angry and just like, you know. So we're working on that, but it's pretty good. We came up with some sketch ideas already. We're gonna start filming next week and fire away.
Yeah.
Maybe you can be in when you're here in the summer.
Yeah. In 5 months from now.
5 months from now. Sheesh. Yeah. So, how's practice?
Auntie just sent me a video that Grandma is very actively watching right now.
Yeah.
She's standing up and waving at the TV. So
you better wave
this is
then.
what she's doing.
So you better be waving at her.
I did. But practice is good. We had today off for practice and then tomorrow off because they're having the region tournament for basketball, which was funny because today's game there was so our team is that team that like would you call it heckling? Like
When you say our team, who are you specifically talking about?
the volleyball
Basketball team?
No, the volleyball team.
Okay, so the volleyball
Sorry.
girls.
Like when we're in the stand, like the bleachers, they're kind of like we picked
used to
on
do
one
that.
of the girls today.
We used to do that in Buffalo too, and it's easier with basketball games because you're sitting right there, and their benches right there. Where like football, we got heckled in Central Florida because their stands are right on the sideline, whereas at University of Buffalo,
yeah, I remember telling you.
Yeah, University of Buffalo there's a track, so it's the field, then the track, and then the stands. So, basketball games we would heckle it. One team, I think it was Canisius or St. Bonaventure. But anyways, all football players sat behind their bench, and we were just heckling. And I remember there was twins on them. I remember saying, "Oh look, they got twins. Too bad they suck. They're Siamese twins attached at the bench." We was letting them have it.
So there's this one girl. Thank you. It is Girls' Day. Anyways, thank you, Auntie. But there was this girl. She airballed a shot really bad. The rest of the game, every time she touched the ball, we go airball, airball, whole time. And then as soon as she like passed the ball, we'd stop and it'd be dead quiet. And then every time she got it again, airball, and she missed like every shot she took the rest of the game. We felt like I felt a little bad, but then at the same time, I was like, we're just cheering for her. It's part of it.
I mean, because even so after the game when we would cheer, I remember one coach would turn around and applaud us. He goes, "Congratulations, you guys won the game." Because their team was so mad. So we was heckling the bench. So that's and because they're sitting there, it's like, and the coach would always, "Don't turn around, don't turn around, don't," and it's like, and we just let them have it. Make fun of their hair, their shoes. It was pretty rough for them. But then when we went to Florida, that was rough for us. Oof.
Yeah, there was that one. I forget where we were, but there was a game that we had for volleyball. It was an away game, and there were men's soccer players. It was NJC. So what was that called? They had the male soccer team in the bleachers, and they spoke Italian and Portuguese, which is our teammates, our internationals' languages. So they were cursing at them in their own languages.
That's crazy.
And like insulting them and stuff, and like they're making fun of like
That's very
people's
ungentlemanly.
injuries
Like,
and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, like that's like we're just making fun of, like, we didn't go out of our way to make sure it hurt really bad. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like, I was like, that's like a little bit too much.
we wouldn't have made fun of the female team. We only made fun of the
Yeah.
men's team. We didn't, you know,
Yeah,
that's harsh.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's where I wish I was there.
And
I'd go
then
holler.
isn't their team the one that they got the cards? Yeah. So their team, they messed up the paperwork and they technically snuck kids onto their team, and a bunch of their
Wow.
team got red cards for it or something like that, and like they weren't able to play in a game, but they played anyways, and then their whole season just got like wiped off and like
Forfeited?
lost. Yeah, they forfeited the whole season.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we're like, oh, karma.
She got you.
But yeah, today was kind of fun. Our girls won, so they play tomorrow.
Is it a tournament?
Girls basketball. Yeah, it's a region tournament. Our men's team
Oh,
lost today though, so they should be coming back. Oh no, they're not. They're not. They're coming back tomorrow, but they lost today, so they're out of the tournament already. But our women's
This
team
is
is
the,
really good.
This is the regional tournament.
Yeah. Region 9.
Oh, cool. Good luck to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, so I go up to California in April. I mean, it'd be nice to come visit you, but you know, we'll see what happens.
And
If I get super famous and people be like, "We want to book you," because I wouldn't mind getting booked in Denver, and Denver's right there. So so we'll see. Maybe if not this year, maybe next year. We'll see during the fall or something. But yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Tyler Reese.
Always.
Live.
Always a pleasure.
We'll do more of these episodes, but you just be late. I mean, was it like
Man.
1 a.m?
No, it's 11:39.
Oh,
So I have my bedtime's in 30 minutes.
yeah. You got to stick to the plan, man. And then yeah, we'll talk off screen. But I gotta get going. Gotta head over to Taqueria. I don't even know what material I'm gonna
Oh, you're
do,
performing tonight?
Yeah, I'm trying to work on new material.
Isn't that a restaurant? Like a restaurant?
Yeah.
Kinda?
But they have a room with a stage, and the restaurant is on the other side.
Is it the one that's in, I want to say,
Kamakana Ali.
oh, it's that one?
Yeah.
There's another one that's farther in, like, Kaimuki, or not
Wahiawa.
Kaimuki. Yeah, Wahiawa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going to the Kamakana one.
Yeah. So
You've
that was my
performed
first
there
time.
before, right?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But that was my first time in Kamakana Ali. So I'll be back again, trying to make it happen. Let's see. Hey, look at that family in Vegas. What's up, Sinave? When you coming to Vegas? It might be sooner than you think. You actually might see Dorothy before you see me. So, I believe
You're more likely
she's
to
going,
see me before both of them, though.
Not really.
Well, if
too
you really
stuck
think
up.
about it.
You too stuck up to go visit other people.
No.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. Stop. Have you visited anybody else?
Okay, wait.
I rest my case.
When was the last time
Case
I
dismissed.
was in Vegas for longer than 24 hours besides Thanksgiving break?
Before you went up to school, you were there for a week.
I was.
No. So to answer Frank's question, we're working on that, and if I do come up, there's venues that I can perform at, so that's cool. I performed at the Dirty at 12:30, and Tickle Me Comedy Club, LA Comedy Club in the Stratosphere. So I just got to make arrangements and then hopefully, come up there and do my comedy thing and then see you guys. So, but I will be in LA the weekend of April 22nd. I actually fly into Long Beach. So that's going to be weird for me. I'll be there. I'll be performing on the 24th on Sunday with Neil Hamburger. So I'll be doing the thing. All right. I got to get going because Kamikane Ali's not very, I got to drive over. So.
Yeah.
But I'm not going on early, so it's not too bad. But thank you for joining me, Tyler. Hold on the line while I close out the show, okay? All right, hold on. All right. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
All right, and I want to say thank you guys for...
Come back. Wait, other way.
Oh. Are you able to take that picture?
Auntie, take a picture. Here,
I
wait.
don't think they're watching anymore. Look at the camera, though.
Ready? Wait. Wait, move your heart back a little bit. Like, make it... There. Wait, okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
What do we do to this thing? Can't see my face. Wait, where am I
So
going?
weird. Like, it's like...
Because it's reversed, the camera. Yeah, put your middle finger closer to it.
I got it.
I'm doing like weird gang signs. We're going to get...
Goodbye,
Okay.
everybody.
All right, hold on. All right, thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with me. This is episode 18 of the Hawaii Comedy with James Amani podcast. I'm going to have more guests next month. Some big guests, some little guests, some humongous guests. I don't know. They're all special guests to me. So we'll be talking more comedy and then getting into more things that you guys would like to discuss. So follow me on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitch. And then I'm going to put out questions to see what you guys want to talk on Instagram. I'll put on my IG stories, my Facebook stories. Find out what you guys want me to talk about. Or me and my guests. If you want us to talk about certain things in comedy or certain things that's going on in the world or certain issues like even parenting or, club sports or whatever's, game shows, whatever topic you would like us to discuss, we will discuss it. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Hawaii Comedy with James Amani podcast. I really appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. But I got to get going. So I'm out.
It can easily be done if you just get it, man. And I'll be feeling it, the rhythm in my bones, shaking it and stomping on my feet, stomping to the groovy blues beat. Yeah. Up on fire, baby, can you feel me heat, lover? Well, I'll be feeling it, the rhythm in my bones, the rhythm in my bones. It's the rhythm in my bones.